Why is it so surprising when a 70-year-old isn't on any medications and has no prescriptions? It seems frustrating and ironic because you feel like your whole life you've been doing what's right. You've been eating right, been taking good supplements, your body's in good shape. You really haven't had a need to go to the doctor at all. And then you get on Medicare and then they insist that you have a wellness check every year. Why is that? Here we are. We're a perfect example of how healthy looks at 70 years of age. And yet Medicare denies us the help we require, acupuncture, chiropractics, supplemental help, because they have an agenda of their own. On my first video that I did on Medicare, I was shocked and surprised how many responses I got. And I want to tell all of you, all my followers, how much I appreciated that, because your responses actually validated my own. And I wanted to read to you some of those responses. Here's a really good one. This one reminds me of my family. Yes, yes, yes. I was the black sheep of the family. I simply accepted it. When my son was really young, I went hiking and caring for his Boy Scout troop. I began lifting weights, starting with dumbbells. And I liked the rest of weightlifting, so I continued to weightlift. I cooked from scratch and from my garden. Home meals tasted better. My kids got snacks such as apples and peanut butter, not McDonald's. Here's a really great response that I got. I will be 86 in October. I take care of a 24-acre farm, irrigate pasture, fix fences, keep weeds under control, grow a garden, have goats, chickens, and dogs. I only take thyroid medicine, vitamins, and supplements, eat right, and get plenty of sleep, and have a positive attitude. Stay away from doctors as much as possible. I'm not saying I haven't had to have my appendix out by a doctor, and I appreciated that. But pills as an answer to everything? No. I haven't been to a doctor in 10 years. Here's another one. I agree with everything you said. My doctor's office calls once a month for me to schedule a wellness exam. I don't need a wellness exam, as I'm 71 and keep myself in good health and I'm on no medications. They want you to have all these tests for wellness. I am done with tests that are not used for a diagnostic purpose. Some of these insurance companies even pay people to have tests and wellness exams. I can only go to the doctor when medically necessary. And that also makes me think about vaccines. They pay for us to have vaccines. Why? That's just crazy. I know that many of you out there have done the recommended pneumonia vaccine and COVID and all these different vaccines. I find it frustrating because when what they call a wellness check is actually, let's find something wrong. When they recommend vaccines, it's to assume you're going to get sick. But if you're healthy and you're taking supplements and you're getting exercise and you're taking care of your body and you have no complaints, why would you want a vaccine? Why would you need it? Our ability to fight infection and viruses is so much better than many people. So why do we want a vaccine for it? That would be like, don't drive your car in case you get in an accident. There were just so many responses of people that are healthy. That was just amazing to me. And I want you to keep sharing those stories because I know that all of you look at those answers and it's encouraging to know that just because they want you to come in and have a test, a urine test, a blood test, a this test, a that test, and you're healthy or you're wanting to be healthy, there are other ways than taking pills. I'm not saying that some people don't need them. That's my disclaimer. I'm just a lowly nurse. But I do think we need to be responsible for our health. And if you know someone that's healthier than you, talk to them about it. Ask them, what did you do? Why did you do it differently? All of us go back to our 25 and 50 year reunions and we look at some of us who are still amazingly healthy and some of us who aren't. I want to remind you that talking about health matters. Health, not pharmaceutical health, but your health. Make sure to ask questions about the medications that you're being assigned. Make sure to ask about side effects, not just the little ones, but the big ones. Be okay with saying, no, I'm not going to take that, especially when you live a good life. You eat well and you take care of yourself and you enjoy your life as is. Why would you want to make it any better? Those drugs don't guarantee that we're going to have a better life. They're only treating a symptom within your body that can be treated by many things. Feel comfortable with that. And always, ask questions, do your research. Understand what they're teaching you and asking you to do.